It's January 13th, 2026. Welcome to YesToHellWith.com. Here's a summation of today's video. Order is not protection, and it does not control the system. It controls only your participation when the system acts anyway. The IRS can ignore procedure, rely on historical records, and proceed by presumption, which is why addressing past filings or the record too early only cures their defects and concedes authority before it is proven. Now, I decided to delay addressing the topic of questions in order to dispel a myth. Please listen carefully. Order matters because it preserves position, prevents self-incrimination, and creates a clean record that exposes overreach later when truth, credibility, and consequences finally matter. Before we go any further, we need to stop and correct a dangerous assumption. Up to this point, we've been discussing order, the proper sequence of response, and why it matters. But order is often misunderstood as protection. It is not. Following proper order does not control the system. It controls your participation in it. This pause exists to reset expectations before people draw the wrong conclusion about this process. That correct procedure guarantees safety or success, because it does not. The administrative state can ignore objections, bypass process, and proceed anyway, and it typically does. That reality does not invalidate the order that we create. It explains why order exists. So order is not a shield. It is a way to preserve position when the system does what it does regardless. So before we continue into the mechanics of questions, records, and timing, this clarification has to be made. What follows is not encouragement. It is not reassurance. And it is not a promise. It is a description of reality and why order still matters even when order is ignored. Yes, the IRS can ignore procedure, ignore objections, ignore unanswered questions, and proceed anyways. They can assess without responding. They can enforce without resolving disputes. They can levy while jurisdiction is contested. They can litigate without ever curing defects. This happens routinely, and it is regrettable. The administrative state is not constrained by fairness at all. It is constrained only when and if someone with authority forces restraint, and that often comes late, if at all. So no, following proper order does not ensure success, so let me be clear about that. Anyone claiming otherwise is lying. If order does not guarantee success, why does it matter? Because the objective is not about immediate victory. The objective is position. Proper sequencing does three critical things. It prevents you from supplying missing elements. It limits what can honestly be claimed about your participation. It creates a record that exposes misconduct rather than concealing it. That does not stop enforcement. It changes how enforcement can later be challenged, attacked, or revealed. Success is not defined as the IRS leaving you alone. That outcome is unpredictable and often unrelated to correctness. Realistic outcomes look like this. You did not admit liability. You did not waive jurisdiction. You did not cure the IRS's presumptions. You did not create contradictory statements. This matters later, even if ignored now. When the agency acts regardless, the record shows that you asked for authority. You asked for jurisdiction. You asked for the law creating obligation, and you did not receive any answers. This exposes administrative abuse, not compliance failure. Courts, appeals bodies, inspectors general, and even media care about records, not beliefs. A clean record limits prosecutorial narrative. It undermines claims of willfulness. It exposes bad faith. And it preserves credibility. This does not guarantee relief, but without it, relief is almost impossible. Here is the hard truth most people won't say. The system is not designed to be fair. It is designed to process people. Order does not stop the vicious machine. Order keeps you from becoming fuel for it. People who fight emotionally help the system. People who respond improperly strengthen the system. People who follow order may still be crushed, but they are crushed without self-incrimination. That distinction matters more than people realize. This doctrine does not offer safety. It offers a choice between being overrun while cooperating or being overrun without consenting. That difference is not philosophical. It determines criminal exposure, civil posture, credibility, future remedies, and historical truth. Following proper order does not guarantee protection. It does not stop abuse. It does not prevent enforcement. What it does is preserve position, protects credibility, limits damage, exposes misconduct, and keeps the record honest. And when the system overreaches anyway, as it often does, that is when truth finally matters. And as always, may truth reign supreme.